be talking about where I've been because I haven't posted since before Christmas, and it is January 5th. I put my brush somewhere. There it is. So basically, I've been super busy on Christmas, so I obviously had a lot of stuff to do, like everybody, and the next day I wasn't really that busy. I don't really remember. Probably was doing homework or something. The 27th, I was super busy that day. So the 27th of 2017 is when my nanny passed away, and so the 27th of this past year was the 1 year anniversary, and so we went to the grave to go kind of like talk to her and everything, and so that took up a while. And then later that day I had an audition for John Casablanca's career centers, and so I was super nervous because that's an acting and modeling agency, if you don't already know, and I was so nervous to go to that because I had never done anything like that before, and I was like, it was super important because I was so excited, and because my mom and dad, we were gonna go to Georgia on the 26th, the day after Christmas. This is what we'd usually do because we had like a whole Christmas thing in Georgia with my grandparents on my dad's side, so we would always go to that. But this past year I had an audition, so I went to that, and it was at 7:15 at night. So that's a little weird. I mean, it's at night, but anyways, I'm sure they were filled up through the day. So we went, and it was kind of a group, probably a group of 20 people. So we went in, and there was a photo shoot, which really wasn't long. It was probably like 10-15 pictures. It wasn't a big deal or anything, just a few pictures, kind of stood, did a bunch of different poses, and then moved on to the next thing. So after the photo shoot, you go into this room where everybody else is waiting, and you just kind of wait there. You fill out your paperwork, you know, finish that if you haven't done it already. And then this lady walks in, and she tells us all to kind of come up here, line up, and we all read commercials. So there were 2 different commercials. I don't know what the first one was, but I read one on Gap jeans, like saying that they're still in style or whatever and you should buy them. So we just kind of read a commercial, and then we sat back down and finished our paperwork if we hadn't finished it. And everybody else, if they hadn't gone, would go ahead and read the commercials till everyone was there. After everyone was there and had read it, we were all told to stand up in a line. So we're all standing up there, we don't know what's going on, and then this other girl comes up and starts talking and explains to us what's on our paper and kind of what the whole career center is about. And so we're all standing there kind of confused, like, why are we still standing here? And I try to stay as confident looking as possible and as like happy and content with my life as possible. And so I'm just standing there kind of waiting, but on the inside I'm kind of dying because I have plantar fasciitis, so my feet hurt really bad. If you don't know what that is, it's just something in your foot that makes you hurt really bad. And so this lady's just kind of going on and on, talking about their career centers and kind of how you can get a good start on there with your career. And then the other lady comes back out, and she starts talking for a while, and then she tells us that she's been having us stand up there as part of the audition because she needs to see if we're really committed to this and if we really want to do it, if we're, you know, ready for it, and looking at the parents and seeing if they're ready for it and everything, like if they are supportive or not. So then after talking for a long time, we were gonna run the runway or walk the runway. So we didn't really know what we were doing. I was first in line, so I was super confused and nervous, and she had somebody demonstrate, which helped out so much, and I'm so happy because I probably wouldn't have done as good as I did if I hadn't had somebody in front of me doing it. So after he went, I went, and I felt like I looked pretty confident. I mean, I wasn't, but I felt like I looked pretty confident, and I mean, the lady seemed kind of funny, you know, sounds like a good person, but I did it, and I came back, and I was like, oh my goodness, that was crazy. I think I did pretty good. And then after everybody went, she kind of talked for a little bit, and then she called out a few names, and I was like hoping it was going to be my name because I thought like this is who made it. But anyway, she called out a few names and they all went out of the room. So I was like, dang it. But then she said, congratulations, you guys made the first cut. So about half of us made the first cut, like it's how it usually is at that kind of audition. And I was so surprised that I actually made it because I thought I messed up on the commercial. I thought I read it too fast. But I was super, super happy that I actually made it into this. But I didn't know what it was. Or I made the first cut. I didn't make it in, but I made the first cut. And so she told us, all right, you need to come back tomorrow. And we were going to leave for Georgia the next day in the morning. So you need to come back tomorrow, and you can choose a time from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So luckily, again, I was first. And she chose me first, and I said 4. You know, because we need to leave. And so yeah, that was super, super exciting, and then we got to leave. Also, I left out a part that like before she had called the names, she actually asked us a few questions. She asked us what we rank ourselves professionally, A, B, or C. A being completely professional, like you've been in a bunch of TV shows, and you should have your headshot and resume if you're an A. And then B kind of being like, I have a real desire for acting or modeling or both, but I don't have professional experience, or I only have a little bit of professional experience. And then C, kind of being somebody they really don't want to work with, somebody that doesn't really have commitment or doesn't really have a desire, and their parents aren't really super supportive, and they don't have any professional experience. So you want it to be a B if you don't have experience, obviously. And so there were 2 other questions that she asked us, and I can't really remember what they are. Oh yeah, so it was like your desire for acting or modeling or both from 1 out of 10. And you could say more if it is more. And then the second question was oh yeah, acting, modeling, or both. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what are you there for? And so when she asked me, I said my desire is definitely more than 10. I would want to do both, but I'm leaning a little bit towards acting, and I would rate myself a B because I have kind of a craving for acting, but I don't have any professional experience, but I just love pretending to be another person, dressing up. I love being a center of attention, stuff like that. She told me I did a good job answering the questions, and then she moved on to my mom and asked if they are super supportive of me in this decision, and how long have they seen my desire in acting and modeling. And they said that they've seen my desire since I was born pretty much, and that they're super supportive of me. And so she kind of moved down the line, and that's how that went. Sorry, I forgot that. And so after we walked out that day, I was super, super excited, but also I didn't know how it was going to go. I felt bad that we had to push back the trip even more, but my parents said it's okay, and it's worth it, whether or not I make it, because this is the journey. And so the next day we went in at 4 o'clock, and I was super excited. I realized there was a hole in my dress, which kind of sucked, but it's okay. We went in and we got my pictures for $10. We got the pictures that we did, and I'm pretty pleased with them. They were really nice and high quality. Then we went to this room, like an interview room, with the woman that talked a lot. She was pretty much the one that was in charge of most of it, and she just kind of talked to us about like the financial things and like it's just stuff like that, kind of talking about like how much do you really, really want this, do you really want to do this, and everything. She said that they did rate me a B, and that she really wants me to do it, and we kind of worked out the financial issues and everything, and she gave us papers about like acting classes that I'll be taking, and I'm so excited because I kind of read over them. There's some like acting and modeling stuff that I'm super interested in, and exercising and eating healthy is in there as well, and I'm like so excited for that because I don't eat healthy, and anybody who knows me will vouch for that. Anyways, so I talked to my parents and I was like, I really, really want to do this. Please spend the money on this, or I will spend the money if I have to. Like, I'll work, I'll do whatever it takes. And because of my desire for it, they decided that they would pay for it and they would do it for me, which made me so excited. So we just kind of talked with her for a while, and finally we figured it out, and she was like, I'm so happy for you, thank you for joining us and everything. She gave me a shirt and a bag that says their name on it, and I was so thankful and blessed, and I thank God for that still. And so we left that day and went to Georgia. We got there in the middle of the night. So that's my story about the audition. Other than that, I went to Georgia, had fun there, and there isn't really any service, so I couldn't upload or anything, and I didn't take any videos because I was with my family the whole time. And then after we got back, it was my birthday, and I just wanted to spend my time with my family and my boyfriend that day. And then it was New Year's, and I mean, I was just kind of busy, and then we had school the next day, so after that I was just super busy with homework and school and cheer, and so I didn't really have time to do anything. But today it is like 11 something, maybe 12 by now at night, and I got up because I couldn't sleep, so this video is only because I couldn't sleep. But anyways, that's where I've been, and that's kind of my story with my audition. Bye.